dealers into what we call new phones from all over the world and laptops. There are also dealers in what we call laptops, right? And you can as well get laptops, new ones, brand new laptops and brand new phones. Then you can also get used phones and used laptops because they can really supply them to you. So call Mono Gadgets on +256 70 9988 665. So for all your phone and laptop solutions, you can as well call them and they'll obviously be at your service into the mix. So that's exactly what Mono Gadgets really gets you in here, and we are waiting to see how your response are. You guys continue to support these people because they've gone ahead to support this channel to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan, and they're really doing a very wonderful job into the mix. Now, this is Rokani David. We are talking Riccardo Calafiori, and I tell you what, it has been confirmed by the transfer guru, that is Fabrizio Romano, that the boy is on plane to London. And guys, this is why I obviously don't want to really say certain things, as some people really find it very hard known to spend time without lying. I was one of the people who told you that I never came out and confirmed that guy is going to go to USA, because in the here we go that Fabrizio Romano went ahead to put out, that was not hinted on. Now, I brought you a story when Fabrizio said that he was really gonna travel. I think he was gonna travel, was it on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, one of those days? And then I told you that Fabrizio has just told us that the man has not gone ahead to travel. And now we've gone ahead to get a photo of the guy traveling from Bologna to the side of Italy, meaning that that plane that was really waiting for him has been there waiting for him to get his business done and dusted, and then find himself in a proper way of obviously getting him to London. And that flight, when you track the flight of that plane, it had never gone ahead to show to it that he had moved from Bologna. That is it. And that plane was still there. It has been waiting for him, and finally the player is traveling to the side of London. Welcome to this channel once again. Let's see close to 300 likes marking this video as we obviously discuss Calafiori traveling to London for his medical. Now, you get? I know people have gone ahead to put out stories that Calafiori is already in London undergoing his medical, and one of these is, the suspect is this, you know, he's known as Grammy Bailey. He came out and told us yesterday that Riccardo Calafiori has arrived in England and is now set to undergo a medical ahead of a move to Arsenal. TBR Football understands. If all goes to plan, Calafiori will link up with the rest of the Arsenal squad in America on their preseason tour by Saturday. You know, this is what he told us, that Calafiori had obviously gone ahead to touch down the side of London, and that was really a typical lie. And Fabrizio Romano came up and really told us the following, that this was all yesterday. Understand Riccardo Calafiori's travel from Italy is being planned today. That was yesterday. He's expected to fly for first part of his medical tests in London, then time to join Arteta and his squad in the US. That's what Fabrizio Romano told us yesterday, that Riccardo Calafiori is really planning to see to it that he goes. The travel was being planned yesterday, and that wasn't going on as planned. You get? That wasn't going on as planned, and it really gave in different feedbacks for everyone who was really watching him through. And it looked like it was inevitable for him to travel to London. And guess what? In the night, Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously told us a very huge story that got everyone asking what is really happening onto the Riccardo Calafiori deal. A moment, guys. So guys, I had a call, right? But in the night, So, when in the night, Fabrizio Romano came up and obviously put up a very shocking post, and this is what he had to say about Riccardo Calafiori to the side of Arsenal. And he said the following, that he said, Riccardo Calafiori's travel plan has been rescheduled again with new plan due to Arsenal and Bologna completing all formal documents only right now, meaning that this was completed in the night. You understand? This was done in the night, right? It was done in the night, and when it was really done in the night, all was confirmed that the medical is really gonna be, they're gonna be traveling early morning on Saturday. And as you see, Fabrizio said, Calafiori will travel from Roma to London early morning on Saturday, medical in London, then travel to the US. That's what went ahead, obviously get him through, and it's finally done and dusted. And guess what? Calafiori is on plane in the morning, and all the papers were signed yesterday night, and they couldn't obviously travel in the night. We were like, let's obviously hold in a little bit, and we are going to find ourselves onto the plane very, very, very soon. So that is exactly what is happening on the side of Riccardo Calafiori. And I tell you what, it's really very important for the club of Arsenal to note that they've gone ahead, obviously, to that the documents were signed and the player is now on plane to obviously gate to the side of London. And I think in the next 3-4 hours, he will be in London, and the medical will obviously be underway, and will obviously be informing you what exactly is happening down in the side of Riccardo Calafiori to the US. Now, after that, today morning, a huge confirmation has gone ahead to be blown in by Fabrizio Romano, and this is what he really had to say. He said, Riccardo Calafiori on his way to London with his agents, all set for medical tests with Arsenal. Here, Calafiori with chairman and founder of the WSA agency, Alessandro Luci, and CEO Alessio Secaleri, all Secaleri, that is it. So, confirmed, Calafiori is on plane. And where is he heading to? He's heading to London to obviously undergo his medical. And let's see, close to you people, smash the like button hugely by really doing the needful about Riccardo Calafiori. And that is Riccardo Calafiori on plane. Photo credit to the man himself, known as Fabrizio Romano. These people have gone ahead, obviously send the photo to Fabrizio Romano. And if at all you really look at that photo very well, there is a watermark. You get? There is a watermark, right? There is a watermark of Fabrizio Romano onto that photo, and that is Riccardo Calafiori plus the chairman and the director of the company that has gone ahead, obviously act as his agency to say that he signs for the club of Arsenal, and they are really willing to see that everything really gets done and dusted into the mix. That is Riccardo Calafiori and his agents in there for you. So Arsenal fans, just get ready for the guy, Riccardo Calafiori, and I know if all goes well, his medicals will be done by tomorrow, meaning that Sunday evening, Riccardo Calafiori will obviously travel to the US, and after traveling to the US, he will obviously find himself in a better position to join Arsenal. And he might train with Arsenal on Tuesday in the US, and he might even really try to do some games with Arsenal, because Arsenal will be left with one game. They'll be left with one game after playing against Manchester United. You get? Arsenal will be left with one game, and he might find himself in a position of really playing that game for the side of Arsenal. And United is playing Arsenal today. And let me see which other game is there. So 1st August, he might play against Liverpool. That might be his debut against Liverpool. All else, Arsenal versus Leverkusen. There is also Arsenal versus Lyon before they open up the season on the 17th of August. That is Arsenal for you, and that's what they've gonna hit to do to put everything into the mix and really get it up and running as anticipated. So that is Riccardo Calafiori for you. He's on plane and he's obviously traveling to London to obviously undergo the medical. And it's a moment of joy for those Arsenal fans that have always gone ahead to come out and really question their board. That why are they taking long to obviously come up and obviously announce the deal? Guys, it shows you that it has been just a matter of time, and finally it has gone ahead to come to pass. And this is why you have to come in through and really give them the time they deserve, because you have their trust, you've earned their trust. They've gone ahead to take you to levels of really understanding that you can win the trophy again. So in the photo is Riccardo Calafiori and the agency CEO and the chairman and founder of the CEO on plane. And this is Riccardo Calafiori as you see him here, very much ready to join Arsenal, and this is the moment that they're going to hate to do. And for the agency of WSA, they are really privileged to have a player like Riccardo Calafiori join Arsenal, because they now have a direct contact with Arsenal and they can link most of their players, you get, to the side of Arsenal. And when you look at the WSA agency, you know, and the players they really have, let me read to you the names. You never know, Arsenal might obviously find themselves looking out to see to it that they really sign one. Dejan Kulusevski at Spurs is one of those players, and remember Arsenal needed this player at one point. Then Riccardo Calafiori, obviously going to be joining Arsenal. Marco Kansechi, you know, Moise Kean, Jesper Karlsson, Gaetano Castrofili, Kostic, Correa, Joaquin, Zappacosta, Gabriel Strefeza, John Musso, Giulio Maguire, Mattia Perin, Cavigilia, Edin Dzeko, Marco Praja, Vecino, Alessandro Florenzi, Luis Morel, then Nicolas Prieta, Marco Palesa, Milan Baleji, Andrea Olivia, Luca Di Maggio, and Andrea Favilli. So those are the players that they really have onto their agency, and you don't see many reputable players onto their agency. And that, what does that mean? It means that this side what does that mean? It means that they are now having what we call direct contact with the club of Arsenal, and they can do more business and recommend very many players to them, because they've gone ahead to show to us that they can really scout some good players, and Riccardo Calafiori is one of them, and they're really heading to London now. Let me head into your comment section and see what you guys have to obviously say to this travel of Riccardo Calafiori. Esi Nantega, we are waiting. Amutu Sunday, good afternoon, my brother. How are you doing? Right. James Jimmy, thanks already for the info. All right, thank you. Then Kasola, yes, Mr. David. All right. Sedwa Sayed, this is Sayed live from Dubai. Thanks for the work. All right, thank you. Then Bernard, thank you already for the information. Arsenal will have a better defense than Man City. Believe me not. You get? We'll see. You see the people, that fake news, you understand, that is readily, you understand, such people are always there. Then we are having Kingsley Jr. Good morning, my brother. Then Ronnie K, we are happy to our man in the building. All right, he's really coming in through and he's on plane. Then Ronnie K, good morning, RD. I'm Ronnie K, Team Suna Ben live from Yenga. All right, thank you for watching through. Ugandex, good morning. Then Kaiwa Ian, Mr. Aradhi, I want to know on Mikel Merino and Fabian Ruiz, who is the toughest midfielder or who is the best? I did a video yesterday and I told you that I would go for Fabian Ruiz than Mikel Merino. Why? Fabian Ruiz gives you what we call that touch of experience. He's a winner, not only at the country, but also the club where he permanently plays at, and that is the side known as PSG. And he has been part of that team that really took PSG to the semi-finals. I really thought that they wouldn't obviously find themselves in a situation of knocking out Barcelona if at all Orojo never got a red card. But after Orojo got a red card, all was written on the wall and everything couldn't obviously go on as planned. So I think the side of PSG went heading through, and Fabian Ruiz has huge experience in the Champions League, and I believe Arsenal fans would obviously want to break what we call the dreadlock of not winning the Champions League and only coming close to a semi-final and what we call a final. The semi-final, I think in 2009, they were knocked out by Manchester United. Then in the final of 2006, where Thierry Henry came in through and really led Arsenal to that side, and Arsenal found themselves really in the losing position. You understand, and you get it better. So I believe if I'm Arsenal, I go for Fabian Ruiz. If both they are variable and they can easily get them, I get Fabian Ruiz, because you cannot get two of those. As I told you that, however much people are really linking two of those to the club of Arsenal, Arsenal can only get one of those. Michael Francis, thanks Mr. Aradi for informing us. This is Michael Francis watching up from Chisasi, Kampala, and I would like to know Arsenal is going to sign Gyökeres or not. Obviously, Arsenal has a plan to sign Victor Gyökeres. The plan is not yet dead, but I think they want to first get in Riccardo Calafiori, as you're going to have to see him on the plane. Then, after Riccardo Calafiori, we anticipate that Arsenal will be going in huge for either Merino or Fabian Ruiz. After Fabian Ruiz, they will obviously go in for a right winger, and Gyökeres might come in last. That's what I really believe. But never say never. Arsenal can come in and really shock you in here, and they can get in Gyökeres next. But there is huge interest in the player, but not a better that injuries are really affecting his career as a player. Davis Molenga, welcome home. Riccardo Calafiori, all right. Moses, good afternoon. Aradi, watching you live from Switzerland of Africa. Chigezi Islands, Kabale, Uganda, Gunners forever. All right, thanks for watching it through. Musingo Jafali, I'm tired of that deal. Yesterday you reported that he's in London and now he's traveling to London. Me? Did you see me do a video about Riccardo Calafiori yesterday? Did you see me? Not me. When, even if you look at the post I put up onto my ex, Fabrizio first said that he was expected to travel to London today. You get? Then he came out and said the deal is really the papers haven't gone ahead to be signed fully. And after the papers were signed fully in the night, he told us that Riccardo Calafiori is going to be traveling to the club of us to London. And you've gone ahead to see the photo. He's on plane and is heading to London. That is Riccardo Calafiori for you. Mosisi Abdu, happy to see him. And I think some people go out and really watch other channels and really come in here and really say, Rokani, you said this. You know, yesterday I recorded only one video and I talked about Fabian Ruiz. I talked about Gabriel Magalhaes, Martinelli, and Kai Havertz joining Arsenal, and I talked about Fabio Vieira. I never talked about this guy, Riccardo Calafiori, yesterday. Mosisi Abdu, happy to see him. Amuine Aaron, so massive. Kasande Ben, well done, my brother. I'm having Michael Francis, Mr. Rokani. I would like to know, Barcelona is going to sign Nico Williams or not? This is Rafael from Chisasi. Yeah, Barcelona is doing everything in their power to sign the player known as Nico Williams, and unless otherwise a team comes in through to hijack, but looks like his next destination is really gonna be this team known as Barcelona. Kings Zidik and Sam Official, hey bro, great news, that is Mozora Eli, Thomas Fury, hey, good morning Rokani, Sam Official, good job, my brother. Kaiwa Ian on Merino and Fabian, who can play 6 and 8. Both can play in both positions, right? They can play in both positions. But for me, I would go with Fabian Rose first. Auchieng. Wow, that's good. Now, our defense is untouchable, all right? Ronnie K, RD, it's like Arsenal is not so much focused on signing a Saka replacement. They'll get in one, trust me. But it will depend on how Fabio Vieira delivers in these games in the preseason. If Fabio Vieira is continuously played as a right winger, you get, then the rest is going to be history. Then Arsenal will not be going in for a player into that position, you get, and it will be Bukayo Saka versus Fabio Vieira. That is it. But they might obviously make a decision, and they might say we are really getting in a right winger, you get. But with the current plan that Arsenal is really having on the table, looks like Arsenal is ready to obviously get in Fabio Vieira as a competitor for Bukayo Saka, because that's the only way he's really going to penetrate to the team of Arsenal. You know, when you look at the team of Arsenal in the midfield, attacking midfield, you are having Kai Havertz and Odegaard, you get. And in the two positions in the double pivot, this guy cannot feature there very well. That is Fabio Vieira. So all what they have to do is simple. They should obviously get in a very good midfielder and see to it that this guy, Fabio Vieira, is being played as a right attacking midfielder to obviously challenge Bukayo Saka. And it was really evident in the game they played against Bournemouth, right? And tomorrow morning, that is on Sunday morning, when Arsenal is taking on the side of what is it called? Manchester United. I want to see where Arteta is really going to be playing Fabio Vieira. If he keeps him on the right attacking side of the midfield or a right wing, then it will be confirmed that maybe Arsenal let's improvise to get in this guy to compete with Bukayo Saka and see how everything really happens. And he's really good on the ball, and he can really be turned into that player. You know, he was that player that was so much said that he's really so much resembling to a player known as what is his name? Bernardo Silva, right? So that is exactly what is really happening into the mix. So Ube Chinaka, this is Jamil Saad. Mr. Aradi, tell me about Nico Williams. Hint to Arsenal. It's not on. Barcelona is closing in, but there is a hijack coming through from a different team altogether that you're really going to be talking about, right? Then Uche Chinaka, good morning, Mr. Aradi. Desmond Obi, good morning, bro, please. I want to know any news about our striker position. Arsenal is still looking at Victor Gyökeres, and it depends on the departure of the man known as Edin Ketia. Paul Mofumbiro, tell me about Merino to Arsenal. Arsenal is really going into the needful. They put in an offer, but no official bid yet, right? But they are planning to obviously bid for the player very, very soon. Fabian is like Granit Xhaka. That is George Ochieng. Yeah, he can do a very good job for me, and I believe he can be the better signing for the club of Arsenal. Douglas Ombete, Rokani, I think Calafiori is the best. Only concern is that side of Bukayo Saka replacement. I think we'll wait and see what Arsenal plans are. You know, I don't want to read the book that is not yet open, but we wait and see. But the clear plan is that Fabio Vieira is going to be used as a player to come in through and really put in the shift as expected. Then Esinanteg, welcome to the family. Calafiori, Daniel Sheriff, good day, brother. All right. Biansi Mohamud, good afternoon. That's wow. All right. Then Masika Chawanangwa, following from Malawi. All right. People in Malawi are really watching in through. Where was I? All right. Cash Ivan, great work already. All right. Then Mwanguzi Dance, thanks for your presentation, bro. You're great. I love you. Can you line up for me? Expect Arsenal, you see, next season. Next season, I see Raya in goal, Benjamin White, right back, left back Riccardo Calafiori, central defense partnership, Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. Then we will see Partey, if at all he stays in the midfield, Declan Rice and Odegaard, but that midfield will depend on which team Arsenal is really playing at. You'll see to it that most times Arsenal will find themselves in a position of really playing a single pivot of Declan Rice, alongside Kai Havertz and Odegaard. I tell you, some games you'll see Kai Havertz and Odegaard in the midfield alongside Declan Rice, and sometimes at some games you'll see Thomas Partey or Jorginho alongside Declan Rice, because Declan Rice is really untouchable, and Odegaard. You'll see all that happen into the coming games for the club of Arsenal. So don't be surprised when it results into that, and it can give you the best of the results that you people really want to get into the mix. So that is exactly what is happening at the side of Arsenal, and Bukayo Saka will be played as a right winger, Martinelli left winger, all Trossard, and Gabriel Jesus, all Kai Havertz to lead the line. If Gyökeres comes in through, just get to know Kai Havertz is going to be dropped back into the midfield. If Gyökeres comes in through, just get to know the guy known as Kai Havertz will be dropped into the midfield, because it will be all about Gyökeres versus Gabriel Jesus. That is it. Then Joffrey, well done my brother, good day. I'm in Gulu, alright, Central North. Thank you for watching through. Team Boss Kantu, that is Cash Ivan. Then can I know whether Merino is deal done? It's done and dusted. Merino is done and dusted. And if I told you you've just gone ahead to join us, this is a photo of... Oh, Merino is not done and dusted. The deal that is done and dusted is Riccardo Calafiori. That is Riccardo Calafiori on plane to London. And when he touches down London, I'm going to be the first person to do that recording, come in here and really tell you about this, that the guy is really landed at London. He has gone ahead to be picked by the Arsenal vehicles, and he will be driven to Sobha Realty Training Center. Medical will be done, and then the player will be a gooner, and you people will be excited. That is the photo of the guy coming in through. Merino, not done deal. Ayala Ivan, Merino is not a done deal yet, but it's anticipated it's going to be the next deal that Arsenal is going to be getting done and dusted. Mwanguzi Dennis, your great brother, how many players do you expect Arsenal to sign? Four players. Moses Ndugu already. Nico Williams and his current club have not given green light, and Nico Williams has been advised that Barcelona has not yet set goals future for the FFP. Guys, but he has gone ahead to agree personal terms with Barcelona. You get? Nico Williams has gone ahead to agree personal terms with Barcelona. That is it. And no one can come up and obviously stop Barcelona from not signing the player if at all they meet the realistic buyout clause, So it is not yet done, but on the percentage of 100, Nico Williams is 70% heading to the side of Barcelona. 30%, a deal can obviously be overturned by anyone who is going to be coming in through. But I would prefer that guy, that is Ronnie K. I don't know which guy you're talking about. You would prefer Fabian Ruiz more than Merino. You see, even at Spain, in the pecking order, Ruiz is first choice and really fits the Arsenal style of play according to my view. Yeah, I went ahead and obviously said that I would go Fabian for reason. Even at Spain, he starts ahead of this player. You understand? He starts ahead of a player called Merino. So I think if they get in Fabian, they would have gone ahead to get in a player. They're 28 years of age, right? And they're all left-footed. You get? Bonya Wilson, good afternoon, Rokani. Good afternoon. Then Kaiwa Ian, Fabio Vieira cannot compete. Who tells you? Who tells you that he cannot compete? Who tells you? You wait and see. He can compete and he can outcompete him because he has a better skill set than Saka, and he's a kind of player who acts well in tight spaces. And he's not selfish as Saka, because Saka is a selfish guy, by the way. He really puts in those crosses, Every time he shifts inside drifts, he's looking for what we call a shot at goal, right? But this guy, known as Fabio Vieira can really create magic. You saw him on several occasions looking out for the guy called Nketiah into that game. Fabio Vieira cannot compete, all right? That's Jamil said Rokani. How do you see if Arsenal's forward of Saka, King Kai, and William fed by Odegaard, Rice, and Merino? Yeah, it can be great, but Williams to Arsenal, I cannot say that it's pretty close. It's not even close because Arsenal are looking elsewhere. You get? But if Arsenal can attack that situation, I'll come here and tell you that Arsenal is in for Nico Williams. You get? They have interest, but they look like it's not one of those deals that is really imminent for them to do. And they're like, let's get in Calafiori. After Calafiori, let's get in Fabian Merino. You get? After getting in Fabian Merino, the rest will be history, right? Compare Fabian and Merino. Oh, guys. I'll need to do that video. Guys, you are demanding me very many videos of comparisons, but I'll try to do anything. You right? Napoleon Bossa, tell me about Smith Rowe. He's going to Fulham. That is it. Then, always waiting for you from Uganda. Eugene Calvin, thank you for watching through. Sechi Kubo, please talk about Fabian Ruiz to Arsenal. Obviously, they are contradicting stories. Duncan Castles connecting him or linking him to Arsenal, that Arsenal have gone ahead to initiate contact, and sources from PSG are like, Arsenal hasn't gone ahead to obviously do the needful, you get, to obviously put in contact for Fabian, and it might be the agent trying to obviously put out these stories to say to it that Fabian also gets suitors that can obviously sign him from the side of PSG. Napoleon Bossa, tell me about Smith Rowe, he's leaving. Then Mozora, compare for me defense of big four teams. Now, Arsenal had the best defense last season because they conceded the least number of goals, right? And the addition of Calafiori to that side, that means Arsenal is really going to be one of those teams to obviously chase for their record. But I believe that Manchester United, if they really get Matthias De Ligt in and they keep Lisandro Martinez fit, they're also going to come up to have what we call the second best central defense. Remember, in the season of 2022-2023, United had the best defense. We conceded the least. Sorry, we went ahead to have a goalkeeper win a clean sheet. You understand? But for Arsenal, what made Arsenal different from Manchester United? Arsenal conceded the least number of goals in the league, and they went ahead to obviously keep the most number of clean sheets. You understand? So Arsenal still has that edge. You know, I cannot come out and tell you that Man City is going to be that, because Man City are really open, you know, they can concede goals. Last season, they conceded 35 goals, you know. Arsenal, I think, conceded 29. So, when you look at Liverpool, I cannot really say Liverpool is really going to be having one of the best defenses, because the man that commands that defense, Virgil van Dijk, to me, I believe he's really off. He has fallen off by a mile. He's no longer that player he used to be. That is it. He's no longer that player he used to be. You get? For Chelsea, let's wait and see what Enzo Maresca is really planning, but they're already showing us that they're really a porous side. You get? Daniel Sharif, did you receive the super chat I sent you days ago? Oh, I will check and see. I'll check and see, Daniel Sharif, right? I'll check and see, but I never noticed it. I'll check and see. But you can as well buy one too here. Because we are live, I can really evidence it with my naked eyes. But thank you for all you really did the needful. Nick Fadi, just curious, where are you from? Why do you want to know where I'm from? You know, I'm just an African. I'm from Africa. That is it. I'm African and I'm from Africa. Ronnie K, but already I want to know our 14 Max Dawn, why he wasn't taken to the US, because it's extra talented. Is it because very young and doesn't want to risk him? There is no way you can take a 14-year-old player, you know, to the preseason, right? You can't. Even Messi at the age of 14, Barcelona couldn't obviously work with him in the preseason. He only had to hit 16 years of age, and he was really included. So let's wait and see how Max is really gonna really grow up, you know. Then Mwanguzi Dennis, how far should you expect Arsenal? Arsenal I think we'll reach, the worst they will do is semi-finals, and I think the best can be final. That is it. John, Saka is not selfish. I don't agree with you. Saka gives a lot of assists. Let me tell you, you people, if I'm comparing Saka to Fabio Vieira, look at how Fabio Vieira acts when he's really in the final third. You get? If he's to shoot, that is the only option he's left with. But he always finds out the best placed player for the ball. If you're comparing Saka and Fabio Vieira, who is really non-selfish, I was comparing Saka to Fabio Vieira. That's why I told you that Fabio Vieira is non-selfish as compared to Bukayo Saka. You get my thoughts right, you know. Kamara, those B-Doors from Silarion. I hope we need a replacement for Saka this season. He's not a replacement, a competitor. A competitor. When you hint on the replacement, that means you want Saka to be sold, right? Kamara says, this is Marcus. Who do we have to take Odegaard place if we get injuries on his form, Dibs? You are having Kai Havertz can do the role. Even Fabio Vieira can do the role. That is it. Then, can you accept that Barcelona is not yet way near Real Madrid about winning trophies, of which friends of Nico Williams has him consider Arsenal project? Those are hearsays. Those are hearsays. But let me bring you the post of Fabrizio Romano on David Luiz. For me, on this guy, you get? I want to show you news. Where do you get your news? You need to be getting stories from competent people, right? Competent people. And let me really show you exactly what was put onto the last post of Fabrizio Romano on Nico Williams, because he's a tier 1 journalist, and very many people have gone ahead to obviously report that the guy has been traveling to London, and he's the guy that's not broken the story that the player is not hasn't gone ahead to travel to London, and that is none other than this guy. Now, this story was published by Fabrizio Romano on the 26th. That is yesterday. This is what he had to say. Barcelona's stance has not changed. Total priority to Nico Williams. No other signing will be activated until they get the final answer from Nico. Have you heard? They want to first get in Nico Williams. Contacts took place for Dani Olmo, but nothing will happen all advance until the Nico Williams deal is really cleared. You get? So, that is what Fabrizio is telling you. Wherever you are getting the sources, your news, try to really fact check them. I'm telling you, try to fact check them. The boy is going to Barcelona, unless otherwise a hijack takes place. But I've told you, 70% chance the player is heading to Barcelona. That is it. Zuma Richard, Aradi, good afternoon. Which player shall back up Saka? Right now it looks like it's Fabio Vieira, and we don't know whether Arsenal is really going to go ahead and really sign in a player who will come in through to obviously compete with Bukayo Saka or back him up. Ronnie K. Rokani, how did the deal of Chido end? He decided to leave Arsenal, and he's either going to join Manchester United or Bayern Munich. Man United are working tooth and nail to get that deal done and dusted. Us up. Geoff Godfrey Sechikubo, thanks for answering my question, bro. Alright. Nick Faldi, if Arsenal get 90 points this season but still not winning the league, it is considered a failure or success. I think it will be a success. That is it. It will be a success for Arsenal. By the way, even Liverpool has always gone ahead, obviously put in a shift. You get? And they've gone ahead to do the needful. Daniel Shelf, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for obviously putting in a super chat. You can as well do what Daniel has gone ahead to do and buy some super chats for us in here as you support this channel. Thank you, Daniel Shelf. I'm really excited about what you've gone ahead to do. I'm like, if Arsenal gets 90 points and don't win the trophy, for me, it's a success, because how many years has Arsenal spent when they're not tallying those points? You have to ask yourself. That is the hugest question that you'll ever get. And an answer will be given to you that Arsenal has spent very many years of their seasons without even coming close to winning what we call, or to really even coming to compete for the trophy. But if Arsenal is competing for the trophy, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, and these players need to obviously be kept together. Now, when this man came in through in 2015? That is Pep Guardiola. When he came in through, is it 2016? You know, when he came in through at Man City, he never won the trophy immediately. And to go on this run of really dominating the Premier League, winning 5 out of the possible 6 in the previous 6 years, it has been because of him being with his team for some time, and he now has the spine together. And that's what Mikel Arteta is creating, that Arsenal will need to really build that spine, and the world will obviously need to know that they are good to go. You understand? So, for me, it will be a success. It will be a success if Arsenal gets 90 points and don't win the league. It will be a success. You know, it will be painful, but it will be a success. Mugarura Hannington, good job, bro. Already all right. Kaiwa Ian, yes, already compare Fabian and Merino. I told you, for me, I go with Fabian. For me, Fabian is better than Merino. That is it. Then Timber will be a bench player. He'll sometimes start. He'll sometimes be played off the bench, depending on how he performs. But my instincts tell me Timber is gonna overtake Benjamin White this season. That is it, because he's a better right back. Mwanguzi Dennis, that is it. Kaiwa Ian, according to you, how do you see, who do you win the Premier League? I told you, I give Arsenal the favorites. I give them the number one, the top node to win the league. Man City second, Liverpool third, Manchester United fourth. That is it. But out of those 4 teams, any can win the league. Any can win the league. The league can go anywhere. But I believe that Arsenal are really favorites this time to win the league. I believe it, and I see it happening. Hannington, already help me compare for me Merino and Fabian. Guys, that will be a full video. You are demanding me very many videos of comparing players, right? Frank, hello, Mr. Rokani. I really enjoy your updates. Thank you. Peter Bagonza Poli, true. Most times Saka is selfish. Yeah, you know, some people think that I really have an agenda on Bukayo Saka, but these are the same things. I'm going to hit you about the team I support, the player known as Anthony and Marcus Rashford. If you follow me onto the United Matters channel, I've on several occasions come up to really tell you that these players are totally selfish. Rashford and Anthony, you know, even when Rashford came up and scored 30 goals this season, he was selfish. I repeat it. He was really selfish. You understand? Very, very selfish player. You understand? So that is it from the man himself, Saka. Mwanguzi Dennis, is Calafiori better than Timber? Arsenal want a left-footed player to play on the left back, not a right-footed player to play onto the left back. And even today, you are not going to see Timber being played into the left back. He's going to be played into the central defense of Arsenal. You understand? So Arteta might be like, he wants to really get Timber to compete with Saliba. And the competition is really going to be intense because these 2 players are really good. You understand? Paul Mufumbiro, Timber will not be in the first 11 for Arsenal next season. It's going to be hard for him. He has to first prove. You get? He has to first prove Mikel Arteta by really getting himself into those positions that really matter, by getting onto the team and proving that he's really worth a start, right? But I tell you, he cannot bench Saliba for now, and I don't believe that Arteta is willing to bench Benjamin White. Rokani highlight me on talented Lewis Kelly. What does he have in common with your Robbie? Which Robbie are you talking about? Kobe Mainoo. I think for him, you know, sometimes these players, I really want to see them play in competitive games. Like you saw Kobe Mainoo came in through and really played into what we call the Premier League, Champions League, and so on and so forth. So for me to rate him, I want to see him come in here and really do what we call competitive games and being consistent, because I cannot compare him with Kobe Mainoo, because Kobe Mainoo is going to hate to dig his journey well, and he's into the talk of everyone, you get? But for Lewis Kelly, I cannot even compare him with Kobe Mainoo, because Kobe Mainoo is miles far off than the guy. Let me tell you this. He's good, but I tell you, the boy Kobe Mainoo is really far off, right? Daniel Shell from the US, thank you for the super chat. I really loved it, and thank you for obviously doing that, and continue to obviously spread the love. You get? Thank you for obviously spreading the love into the mix. So, Sharks. You Arsenal fan, bro? No, I support Manchester United. I don't support Arsenal, but I really run a channel that does most of the content for other teams. Then Rokani, highlight me on our talented. What does he have in common? I don't believe that that comparison is like people who are comparing Lenny Yoro with Saliba. It's not. Saliba is way off, you know. He has shown us that he's really a very good player, and there is no way you can compare Lewis Kelly with Kobe Mainoo. No way. Mainoo is far off. Let Lewis Kelly come in through and penetrate the team of Arsenal and see how good he can compete, because Kobe Mainoo is going to have to fight for his position, and he deserves to start. So, that is it. Sharks. Nwaneri is a baller himself, and Salah. Nwaneri and Salah, they are really good players, but I doubt whether they will get ample playing time in the beginning of the season, because in the preseason, the manager can play them anywhere, right? But in the season, when it commences, when they're playing against Wolves, I don't see him really do the needful. Big statement is that I don't think Timber takes Ben White's place, but I hear it. He can take it, because he's better. He's really better. That is Sharks. Then Kamara. Why you hate? Guys, I don't hate Saka. Saka is a very good player, but he's selfish as compared to Fabio Vieira. You know, if you watch the game of Bournemouth, saw how Fabio Vieira acted when he really cut inside. He was looking in for a line-breaking pass for the number 9. You get? But if I thought it was Bukayo Saka, he was really hitting. You think Saka is an angel? You mean Saka does everything Saka does is perfect? I love Saka, but I tell you always that when he does something good, I'll come out and really credit him for doing something good. When he doesn't do something good, I'll come out and really speak it out. You know? So anyone who says that Saka is not selfish, watch out him when he's playing. Leonard Buire, good afternoon, brother Rokani. We love you in Mayenje, Busia. Tell me about your Cares, Luz, Merino, and issue of Ramsdale. Come and visit us in Kenya, bro. One time I'll drop into Kenya. I'll bump into you guys. Now, for Jokares, I've told you, Arsenal are really working on the deal. That is it for Jokares. Then, for Merino, Arsenal are preparing the bids, you know, for him. They just want to get this deal done and dusted. For Fabian, for me, I don't believe that it's really concrete. Arsenal might be in for none other than Arsenal might be in for none other than Merino. That is it. Saka is just getting better and better each year. But if you talk about selfishness, he really wants to shoot at goal every time he cuts in. Then Ronnie K. Yes, Salah and Nwaneri are super ballers. Let Rokani highlight us if they are good. They are good. Salah and Nwaneri are really good players. But Arteta has to find means of integrating them to the team of Arsenal. That is it. All else, they should loan them, right? They should loan them elsewhere to really develop. And I think Nwaneri is going to hit that level that you loan him to a championship club, he develops and comes back in the Arsenal side and really does the needful, right? Benon Ramahe, Fabian Ruiz and Merino. What? Midfielder, if can be added. Watching live from UAE. I told you, Fabian. I go with Fabian. All right, you've said call me whenever you have time on that. All right, I'll contact you, my brother. I'll WhatsApp you. Thank you. Joseph Chintu, but Arteta shouldn't buy Riccardo. He should play Timber at the left and spend that money to buy a striker. All right. Riccardo is already in, but I think Arsenal needs Riccardo. Riccardo is needed because it's always to have a left-footed player as a left back. That is it. Because each and every time he reaches into the final third, he finds it easy for him to obviously put in what we call that beautiful cross. You understand? Then they will get time in the caps. That is Sharks. All right, thank you. Mwanguzi Dennis, it's true Saka is selfish. All right. William Ochora, compare Fabio Vieira, Timber and Calafiori. It's very hard to compare them because Calafiori played as a central defender for Bologna last season, and Timber didn't even kick a ball for Arsenal for 90 minutes. So there is no way you can compare him. Which leagues do you watch? All right, you can as well really believe Team Saka. You know, the problem we're going to have into this game of football is that we are now having people who are just player FC, and I know Sharks is now a Saka FC. You think Saka doesn't make any mistake when he's really playing the game? Then that means you're deluded, my mate. Okori Alex from Lira. Any news about Bruno Guimaraes? Raya will again take the Golden Glove. I know with the defense I'm seeing, yeah, he can't really compete for the Golden Glove. Bruno Guimaraes, the dealer's going to have to go silent, but Arsenal is still contemplating on whether to get him or not. Mwanguzi Dennis, bro, how many Arsenal players can start on the side of City? Saliba can start. Rice can start. Odegaard can start. Saka can start. I think even Trossard can start. That is it. I think Arsenal has like 5 players that can start in the team of Man City. And with Ederson, I think even Raya can start in goal ahead of Ederson because Raya is a better shot stopper and a good distributor of the ball. That is it. And if at all Merino comes in through and settles in very well, I think even Merino will obviously outcompete the likes of Nathan Ake and Jesco Vadio into that team of Arsenal, into that combined 11. But very soon the combined 11 will come in through because I think it's either the 4th or 5th game that Arsenal is going to be playing in the Premier League. They're going to be playing away at Man City. You understand? We'll wait and see. Mwanguzi, bro, alright. Muzora, Vieira is better than Saka in entering the box. Yeah. And what Vieira has to do is he just have to keep himself fit. The more he keeps himself fit, he would have gone ahead to give himself a very good go to obviously compete. Now I see Man and Arsenal coming back strong. Yeah, that's what I want. From press conference in the US, Arteta has said that Arsenal needs 14 points to win the Premier League this season. All English players are selfish, and that's why they lost the Euros. So when he talks about 114, that means he was like, they want to win all the games. But can they win all the games? They can't. That is it. But he's like, they want to win every game. That's what he meant. Mort speak Patrick. For one, I have someone who sees what I always say. Saka is good, but he's selfish many times, especially when we had Havertz as a striker, also Martinelli. Yeah, even Martinelli is selfish. They don't want to create chances, you know. They only creating chances when they feel like they have nothing to do. But each and every time they feel like they can shoot at goal, all that goes as planned. Hopefully Merino and Jokaris next. Yeah, that is it. Would you take Saka at United? Obviously, I can take him at Manchester United. I can take Saka at Manchester United. Which one do you think should get Merino or Fabian? Fabian. Both are ballers, but I don't watch them on a consistent basis. All right, thank you. They're really good, but I think I go with Fabian because of his experience and his winning mentality. Then Adam Kanu, we are waiting for you, bro. All right. One time I'll pop into Kenya and we'll see the needful into the mix. So that is it coming in from the man himself, known as Fabrizio Romano. And it's all about Riccardo Calafiori touching down the side of... Riccardo Calafiori has touched down the side of... Sorry, he's on plane. And anytime from now, he's going to be touching down the side of London. And that is Riccardo Calafiori with his agency representatives taking him to Arsenal. Big deal for them. It's a very huge eye-opener for them. And I tell you what, a lot is going to be happening into the mix as far as that is really concerned. So, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. It has been nice having a chat with you, and continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit 23,000 subscribers in a nick of time, and continue to do the needful, obviously see it that all goes on as to plan into the mix. That is Riccardo Calafiori and his agency on plane coming on to the side of Arsenal, right? Then other people are really flocking in, you know, guys. I have only 4 minutes left, so in 4 minutes I'm gonna be calling it quits. I'm having Rokani one day do a live when you are with Kosi, yeah, but we've already done one. I think we'll do one with Kosi very soon. We will do something with Kosi, no worries about it. We'll do something great with Kosi, right? Then Adam Arakano, I see all cap next season. I've told you, even before I've gone ahead to do my predictions that are really genuine or that are really official that I'm gonna post, I tell you, my favorites to win the league are Arsenal. That is it. Man City next, Liverpool third, Manchester United fourth. That's why I believe the table is really gonna go in there for you. William Ochora. What is next for striker case at Arsenal and the issue of Martin Obi? Martin Obi left Arsenal. A statement was put out by the club of Arsenal, and the player said no to Arsenal, and he couldn't obviously find himself really getting where he deserves to be. Guys, you're having 89 likes only. 11. Smash them to 100 before we leave. Smash them to 100, you know. Smash the like button close 100 times into the mix. So we are having the guy is called, he was asking about the striker case. If Arsenal move on Edin Ketia, because he's being wanted by a side called Marseille, they are preparing another bid. If they move him on, then Arsenal will attack the deal of Gyökeres with a lot of vigor, right? Okori Alex, Saka selfishness will disappear with age because all young players always think they are the one to score. But I think Saka has outlived that age bracket of calling him young. He's now 23 years of age, and I tell you, he's grown. At 23, Messi wasn't doing that. You know, Ronaldo, look at the players, look at the likes of Kylian Mbappe, you know, what they do at the age of 20, they're doing at the age of 23. You get, he needs to obviously get to understand that he is really grown, and he needs to do doing the needful. And what's the needful supposed to be doing? Looking out for that pass. I really appreciate that he gets in assists. That is it, 10 plus a season. But I believe he can really get 20 assists plus if he really continues to obviously improve on him being selfish. You know, if his selfishness levels are at 30%, I think it's okay. But right now, Saka's selfishness levels are at 70%. And I'd love to see him put in assists and obviously creating goals. And sometimes when he's shooting, there is a player he can obviously get that ball to and runs into space, and that person really does what we call a wall pass, and Saka can even score a clean goal. That is it. KC Akaba, hey Aradi, which country are you best? Thanks for the update. More on Eddie transfer to Marseille. It's happening. It's happening. De Zerbi has convinced Edin Ketia, and everything is really going to be happening. A bid is coming in through, but Arsenal will only let him go on what they believe, on what the deal they believe is really realistic. You understand? That's when Arsenal will only let this player leave. I'm in Africa. That is it. Abdul Kagabo, I want to ask questions. Which team are you? I support Manchester United. That is it. You can as well follow me up on United Matters channel if at all you want to see me do United content there. And I'm going to be live right now. Nelson David, Aradi, I am an Arsenal fan. No, I support Manchester United. And this channel does all content of other football teams apart from Manchester United. You can as well follow me up on the United Matters channel. Juma Francis, I greatly love your show, bro. Thank you. Saidu Kamara. Those from Sierra Leone, I pray that Arsenal will win the Premier League title. Arsenal favorites, guys, and I'm taking them as favorites. Thank you, guys, and I think it's high time we call it quits. You know, for everyone who's been part of this channel, thank you, and continue to smash the like button. We are left with 6 likes to hit 100 likes, guys. Smash that like button if at all you haven't. Smash it. Let us hit 100. Let us hit 100 before I really sign out. But the big story has gonna hit to come in from Fabrizio Romano, and it's all about your man Riccardo Calafiori, and he is on plane to obviously come up and really play for the side of Arsenal, and he's gonna be starting his medicals today at the side of Sobha Reality Training Center, and then when everything is done and dusted, the player will be presented to the fans of Arsenal. It's Riccardo Calafiori. That is Riccardo Calafiori on plane to the London, and that is gonna be it's North London, and it's gonna be unveiled as an Arsenal player soon. So guys, thank you very much. You know, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And Ashvin Entertainment, you are saying Arsenal for life. All right. And remember, we are powered by none other than Mono Gadgets. Mono Gadgets are dealers in phones, right? They are dealers in phones, new phones, iPhones. You can talk about Samsung phones, Oppo phones, Samsung, Tecno. You can sum them into Android and Apple gadgets. You can get them there, and laptops, they can really feed you in. Call them or WhatsApp them on +256 70 99 88 665, and this applies to even everybody who is abroad and wants to obviously buy something for a loved one, children, sibling, parent, friend. You get? Call that number, WhatsApp them, they will deliver everything you would want to obviously take to your guys. Now, there is a phone number I want to jot down here before I obviously call it quits. What is the number of Sheriff? All right, let me try to note it down. Smash the like button. Yeah, we are at 103. And I'm going to be coming back with the match preview of Arsenal versus Manchester United, right? The match preview is going to be coming up in a nick of time, and it's really going to be really taking us. Let me put the contact. Sheriff, if at all you are on, what is your plus? It's plus what? You know? Sheriff. Because you are in the US, right? All right, let me put 347 4108 US. All right, I got you, my brother. All right, that is it, and I think we've gone ahead to call it quits. Thanks for your respect, bro. All right. People don't always like it when another club fan gives respect to other clubs. All right, it's up to them, but I'll do my job. What about Thomas Partey? Will he leave Arsenal? We are waiting to see whether he's really going to be leaving him or not. And the man known as Moses Mosima, thank you guys. I'm praying Arsenal sign Bukayo Saka back up, Fabian and Mikel Merino, because Emily Smith and El Nini are leaving. If not, I'm afraid. Shouldn't get afraid. Arsenal is really having a strong squad that can take them to what we call the glory days. So guys, Abeyemi Samson, thank you for watching in through. And Rokani David signs out for now. See you later. But Mono Gadgets is really what we are powered by onto this beautiful channel of ours. I'm out. See you later. It's a 5-finger salute. But Riccardo Calafiori is on his way to London. When he touches down London, I'm going to record a video and let you know that his medical is really underway. Bye-bye. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and let's see how everything will really go on in the next minutes. It's 5-finger salute. Love you.